morning, everyone, or good afternoon, and welcome to the first annual UC Davis Financial Times Biz Quiz. My name is Jim Kelly, and I am the Senior Assistant Dean of Finance and Administration at the UC Davis Graduate School of Management. First, I would ask everyone to welcome our three teams. They have fought hard to get here to the final round. This round will have 40 questions, and I'm about to read the rules for those who are on the live stream. I will read the questions, and any team can click on their buzzer if they believe they know the answer. The team will have 15 seconds to answer the question, and the timekeeper will indicate if the time allowed has elapsed. If the answer is correct, the team gets 2 points. If the answer is wrong, the team will be assessed a negative 1 point. The next team to buzz in will be given the opportunity to answer the question when the first team that buzzed in fails to provide the correct answer. If the first team buzzes in before I have finished reading the question and answers incorrectly, I will then finish reading the question before calling on the team that buzzed in second. I will not repeat the question after it has been completely read once. I will remind all the teams to wait for your team name to be called before providing an answer, which will, if you do that, it will result in an assessment of a negative 1 point. Now, I would like to read the scores going into this final round. UC Davis has 10 points. UCLA has 15 points. And UC San Diego enters the final round with 24 points. UC Davis, are you ready? UCLA, are you ready? And UC San Diego, are you ready? Okay, we will begin the questions. Question number 1. Chinese billionaire Guo Guangzhang is the chairman and co-founder of Fosun Group. What English football team does Fosun own? Time has been called. The correct answer is Wolverhampton Wanderers. Okay. Question number 2. Various banks involved in financing takeovers and acquisitions sustained $600 million in realized losses when they sold $8.55 billion of debt at knockdown prices to finance the takeover of which software company? UC San Diego.
Citrix.
That is the correct answer, Citrix. Question number 3. Who is Italy's first female prime minister since UCLA?
Giorgia Meloni.
That is correct, Giorgia Meloni. Question number 4. How many regions of Ukraine did Russia annex after staging, just a second, UC San Diego?
4.
That is correct. 4 regions were annexed after staging what were generally referred to as sham referenda. Question number 5. Donald Trump sued CNN for $475 million because the media group, UC Davis?
He was compared to Hitler.
That is correct. Who was president? The final part of the question is, who was President Trump compared to in those news reports? And the answer is Adolf Hitler. Question number 6. U.S. President Joe Biden issued a mass pardon for people with convictions for simple possession. UCLA.
Marijuana.
That is the correct answer. Under what? The marijuana is the answer to for simple possession under federal law of what substance? Question number 7. SpaceX's Starlink terminals that provided communication access to what country came back online in October? UC Davis.
Ukraine.
That is the correct answer, Ukraine. Question number 8. Which Wall Street bank announced a major restructuring to UCLA?
Credit Suisse.
That is incorrect. I will read the full question now. Which Wall Street Bank announced a major restructuring to pull back from retail banking and focus on its traditional strengths, serving big corporations and wealthy investors. And just a second, I got to watch these blank. UC Davis was second.
JP Morgan.
That is incorrect. UC San Diego.
Goldman Sachs.
That is correct. Goldman Sachs was the correct answer to that question. The board is clear. Teams are ready. Question number 9. Iranian athlete Elnaz Rekabi returned home to a hero's welcome after competing in South Korea without her headscarf. What sport did she UC Davis.
Climbing.
Climbing, that is correct. Climbing is the correct answer. Okay, question number 10. U.S. authorities in late October charged 2 Chinese intelligence officers with seeking to obstruct the criminal prosecution of what Chinese company? UC San Diego.
Huawei.
That is correct. Huawei. Okay. Who is the Democratic candidate running against Republican Mehmet Oz to UCLA came in first.
Pennsylvania.
That is incorrect. I will finish reading the full question. Who is the Democratic candidate running against Republican Mehmet Oz to represent Pennsylvania in the U.S. Senate? San Diego, you were next.
John Fetterman.
That is correct. John Fetterman is the correct answer. Okay, number 12. Who is Hui Pil? Might want to see the spelling on that. Might be pronounced Hupil. I do not know. Okay, the correct answer is Bank of England's chief economist. Question number 13. What country has become the first one in the world to offer loss and damage compensation to countries affected by climate change? UC San Diego.
Germany.
That is incorrect. That is time called. The correct answer is Denmark. Okay, question number 14. How many cars on the road for a year is equivalent to the impact of the Nord Stream gas leak? Okay, teams, the correct answer is 1 million. Question number 15. What does REIT stand for? UC Davis came in first.
Real Estate Investment Trust.
That is correct. A real estate investment trust, also known as a REIT. Question number 16. What tech company had to backtrack on its IPO plans and ended up limiting the offer to buy only employee shares because of its revenues declining post-COVID? Okay, the correct answer would be Instacart. Question number 17. The Bank of England, in the interest of financial stability, has been buying back gilts. It is also using a new liquidity scheme for banks with clients who use LDI, which includes derivative hedging against low interest rates. What is LDI? San Diego came in first. What is your response?
Liability-driven investment.
That is correct. Liability-driven investing. Question number 18. What daily U.S. newspaper does News Corp own? UC San Diego?
Wall Street Journal.
That is correct. The Wall Street Journal. Question number 19. The founder of what company recently donated his business to a trust? UC Davis came in first. Need an answer before you? I'm sorry, the timer has passed. That's a -1 assessment. UC San Diego, you are next.
Patagonia.
That is correct, Patagonia. Okay, question number 20. Who is the current UN Secretary General? UC Davis.
Secretary General. Yeah, it's. I forgot the name. Just, UN Secretary General is
I don't think your mic's on.
Kim Moon. No, sorry, I'm wrong.
Okay, time. UCLA came in second.
Gutierrez.
Antonio Gutierrez, that's correct. Okay. Everybody take a deep breath. You're halfway through this finals round. Stretch a little and mentally. Here we go. Question number 21. The Federal Reserve said it would launch a pilot climate stress test of 6 big banks next year. Which central bank already conducts climate stress tests of its biggest banks? UCLA.
The ECB,
Say it out loud. Say the whole thing.
the European Central Bank.
That is correct. The European Central Bank. Thank you. Question number 22. The so-called Bridgetown Initiative that calls for a comprehensive poverty alleviation plan originated in what nation? Okay, that one's Barbados. Question number 23. Who is the IMF's managing director? UC Davis came in first.
Kristalina Georgieva.
That is correct. Kristalina Georgieva. Okay, question number 24. A report by the Albright Foundation found that a group of listed companies in what country had more chief executives named Christian, 10, than female chiefs, 9? Okay, that would be Germany, and they probably pronounce it Christian, but I didn't want to give it away. Okay. Where is COP27, or UC Davis came in first?
Egypt.
More detailed? More specific?
It is hosted in Egypt this year. In November.
I would like is the judge willing to make a call whether that's detailed enough? Okay, we'll give it to you. Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. The question was, where is COP27 being held in October? Yeah, okay. Okay, you're okay. He didn't have to get the city right? Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Okay, question number 26. Approximately how much money did crypto scammers steal in 2021? UC Davis.
6.2 billion pounds.
That is incorrect. Reading the full question. Approximately how much money did crypto scammers steal in 2021? 6, 10, or 12 billion US dollars? You'd have to challenge later. UC San Diego is up. That is correct.
$6 billion US dollars.
That is correct, $6 billion. Okay. Take a deep breath, everybody. Next question, 27. What is the name of the biggest project to protect hurricane-prone Galveston? Okay, the correct answer is Ike Dike. Question number 28. Many of the large companies store their data in the cloud, which is actually over 70 million servers housed in thousands of data centers. Approximately how many data centers are there in the world? UC Davis.
27,000.
Incorrect. Clock starts. You've got 15 seconds if UCLA or UC San Diego wants to guess, or give the right answer. Sorry. No. Okay. The correct answer is 23,000. Question number 29. Which U.S. subsidiary of a European company has stopped paying the independent directors in a dispute over products sold in the occupied Palestinian territories? UC San Diego.
Ben & Jerry's is the name of the subsidiary. The parent company is Unilever.
That is correct. Unilever, yep. Okay, question number 30. What share of electricity is generated by coal in West Virginia? Okay, the correct answer there is 90%. And we are down to your last 10 questions. Question number 31. What is the name of Texas's bankruptcy scheme used by Johnson & Johnson as it... UC San Diego came in first?
Texas two-step.
Thank you, that is correct. It is called the Texas two-step. And to complete the question, used by Johnson & Johnson as it seeks to avoid bankruptcy, the Texas two-step. Question number 32. How many people have been displaced by conflicts in the Democratic Republic of Congo this year? Okay, time has been called. The correct answer is 5.5 million. Question number 33. Which French politician said recently, quote, "Inflation is a poison for democracies. History has shown that"? Okay, time has been called. The correct answer is Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire. Question number 34. In what currency are most U.S. imports invoiced? UCLA hit that button.
The US dollar.
Okay, he got it out. Yeah, it was a softball. You got it. Congratulations. Question number 35. The Federal Reserve may not stop raising interest rates to combat inflation until it sees wages falling or unemployment rising. What is a problem with relying on employment as an indicator? UC Davis.
Unemployment rates is a lagging indicator.
That is correct. It is a lagging indicator. That is correct. Okay, question number 36. We're on the last 5. In these months of high inflation, some investors turn to defensive stocks, companies that are expected to be relatively resilient to economic downturns. What is the problem with buying defensive stocks now? Okay. The correct answer is that they are selling at 30 times earnings at the moment, so are very expensive. Some people would probably call that overpriced. Question number 37. Which of these three big investment banks trades at the lowest multiple of book value? Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, or Morgan Stanley?
Goldman Sachs.
We can check the video later. You can challenge later. Goldman Sachs, that is the correct answer. Oh. Judge? Okay. The judge states that the question came out first or the response came out first before I stated the school. We've cleared the board. I can't see who came in next. Okay, then UC Davis.
It was Goldman Sachs.
It was Goldman Sachs. That is correct. Okay. Question number 38. Take a deep breath, everybody. Shake that one off. Question number 38. What does the Case-Shiller Index track? UC San Diego.
The national prices of homes.
That is correct. Housing prices. Question number 39, last two. U.S. employers cut more than 1 million job vacancies in August, the second biggest monthly drop in 2 decades. What year and month within the last 2 decades saw the largest drop in job vacancies listed by employers? Okay, the correct answer to that question was April 2022. Your final question. The $4 trillion market for munis has fallen by 13% this year. What are munis? UC Davis.
They're municipal bonds.
They are municipal bonds. That is correct. Congratulations to all three teams.
So in winning place, 47 points, UC San Diego, Swati Nayak, who have we got? Srinath Mitamedi, and Viraj Joshi.